everyone. Welcome to ISC West 2018. We're on the main stage here, SSN TV. I'm here with Pierre Trapanese. He is the Northland Controls CEO. How you doing, Pierre?
Great, thanks, Paul.
Great to have you. So I know we're early on in the show, but what are some first impressions of the show? What are some of the things you're excited about this year?
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. ISC West has been growing quite a bit. I think that we'll have about 30,000 attendants this year.
Yeah.
And I'm particularly interested in the emerging technologies downstairs, where we're looking at companies that are less than 5 years old. They're just trying to get into the market, they have interesting technologies, and give them a little bit of space to explore the market.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I saw something similar at CES, and it's really good to see these new companies and what they're bringing to the industry. You know. Yeah. And how about Northland? I know you're a very interesting integration company. Can we talk a little bit about what's going on with the company right now? What are some of the things you're excited about with the company?
Sure. Over the last 10 years, we've all been about execution, deploying systems all around the world. I believe we put in systems in about 70, 75 countries. We've always been able to tie them together using the applications and concentrating on professional services. And now we're deployed a full business unit called Professional Services to look at not just the systems we've installed, but how they integrate with other platforms and making them more useful, more valuable to the end user. So we've been working a lot on professional services, as well as our GSOC as a service, and trying to figure out the hybrid cloud within the industry.
Yeah, and that's interesting, the GSOC as a service. Do you see that kind of being adopted more nowadays? Are people more interested in that?
Yeah, well, we started about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's been mostly about education. And over the last 5 years, there's been a lot of interest, and in the last 2 years, much more traction. And we are seeing a pretty good runway at the moment for people adopting GSOC as a service, understanding it, and realizing the value of having a dedicated team to run not only their system, but the services to all their employees.
And is that a trend you're seeing, companies that want more managed services, they want people to oversee more of their operations, security and other?
That's right, yeah. So what we're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg, that the more services, the more managed services they get, the more they will want. And so as new services become commonplace, they're going to be looking for the next thing around the corner, but they'll have a foundation, and all they're doing is adding an additional service to the other 5, 10, 15 services they already have.
Yeah. And what are some of the other things you're hearing from customers? I know there's so many things going on. Cyber is a big topic today.
Right.
Are you getting concerns from customers on that end?
So most of our enterprise customers have cyber figured out. They're
true.
Extraordinarily well versed in it.
Yeah.
But we, as a provider to them, have to have everything we do locked down. So cyber is a very big deal for Northland, as it should be for any integrator.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that we're providing advice to our clients as to how they should provide cyber services, but to make sure that when we're called out or asked about it, that we've got everything taken care of, planned out, and locked down.
Yeah. And what are some other things you're hearing from customers? Some of the new demands that you're getting from them?
So as a lot of technologies that have been around for quite a while become more sophisticated, more accurate, we're seeing a lot more interest in facial recognition and the application of facial recognition in a practical environment. And so that's been fairly interesting, and there's been other things, mostly around artificial intelligence and business intelligence. But those systems haven't been quite deployed as well yet. But they're getting there. But the facial recognition, we see it as being here.
Yeah, and that makes me think of an interesting topic, the whole use of data. Is that becoming a topic of conversation?
One of the things I've always talked about is not about the technology, because Northland, we deploy technology all the time.
Yeah.
The technology is there. There's all kinds of fantastic technology available that really haven't been deployed more because of time or budgets. The greater question to me is not the technology, it's the ethics. And so we've always wondered about the ethics and sort of putting some sort of a boundary around those ethics and talking to our customers about that. It not only protects us, it protects them, and it allows us to deploy the technology in a more coherent way.
Yeah. That's interesting. And how about what's the strategy, the focus for the rest of the year? What are some of the things you're looking to do for the rest of this year?
So Northland, we hit these inflection points. We're at a point where we have over 250 employees spread around the world, and we're looking to leadership development, middle management development to enable us to scale what we do. And so we're mostly looking at how can we provide more services to more people, but do it in a professional way, where growth sometimes can be a good thing and a bad thing. And we want to make sure it doesn't turn into a bad thing.
Right, it's grow responsibly.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for giving me some time, and it's always great to speak with you, Pierre.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.